divide. So we're going to do number 1 together, and we're actually going to do number 1, 2, and 3. So hopefully that can help you complete the rest of your math journal pages. All right, number 1 says Kyle can fit 3 pencils in a pencil case. He has 42 pencils. How many pencil cases does he need? So let's go back and look at the important information. They tell us that Kyle has 3 pencils per pencil case. He has 42 pencils in total. How many pencil cases does he need? So this is a division problem because they're giving you the total and how many can fit into a group. So we know that there's 42 pencils all together, and he needs 3 pencils per case. And what we need to find out is the number of cases that he needs. So in order to do that, we're going to first figure out all multiples of 3 to help us get as close as we can to being able to divide. So you would take 42 pencils and divide it by 3 to give you how many cases, X. So right now, I want you to fill out the number model with the unknown, which is 42 divided by 3 equals X. We're not sure what it equals. So that's the first step. Now we're going to fill in the multiples of 3. So I'm going to pick up a different color. Let's do green. When you see 5 and a bracket that says 3s, this is how many are in the group. And this is the number of groups that you have. So to show this in a picture, you would have 1, 2, 3. This would be one group. 1, 2, 3. This would be another group. So you would do this until you have all 5 groups. You would read this as 5 3s, 5 groups of 3. And then you would count all of the X's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you would have 15. This can also be shown as 5 times 3 equals 15. 15 is a multiple of 3. So we're doing this to figure out which one of these numbers is close to that 42 that we're trying to figure out. So we know that 5 times 3 is 15. So let me erase all this work. Now, we don't have to do that for every problem. This is when, if you are not very fluent with your multiplication facts, you're going to run into some issues. So make sure when you're at home and you are not confident in your multiplication facts that you are really, really practicing. So now we could go through this pretty quickly. So 6 times 3 is 30. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 6 times 5. Losing my train of thought. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. 6 times 3 is 18. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 24. 9 times 3 is 27. 10 times 3 is 30. 11 times 3 is 33. 12 times 3 is 36. 13 times 3 is 39. 14 times 3 is 42. And 15 times 3 is 45. So now that I've finished all of the multiples, I'm going to look and see which one gets me closest to that 42. So it's not going to be 15. I'm going to keep going, and look. 42. So now I know that there has to be 14 pencil cases. So your number model would be 42 divided by 3 gives you 14. So if he had 42 pencils with 3 pencils in each pencil case, he would need 14 cases for all 42 pencils. All right, let's look at the next problem, number 2. Renee is saving stamps in a book. She can place 5 stamps on a page, and she has 80 stamps all together. How many pages does she need? So let's make sense of that information. She has 5 stamps per page. She has 80 stamps in total. We need to know how many pages all her stamps will take up. This is our unknown. So our number model with the unknown would be 80 stamps divided by 5, or you can write it like this, 80 divided by 5 stamps per page will give you the number of pages. So I'm going to put a P for number of pages. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with the pencils. We're going to find this out using the strategy of multiples. So we're going to think to ourselves, 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 11 is 55. 5 times 12 is 60. 13 times 5 is 65. 14 times 5 is 70. 15 times 5 is 75. 16 times 5 is 80, 85, and 90. So now I'm going to look at all of these and I'm going to figure out which one gets me close to that 80 stamps. And if I look at each one, I'll notice that 16 times 5 gives me 80, because 80 is a multiple of 5. So I know the answer is 16 pages for all of the stamps. And if I was going to write this as a number model, it would be 80 divided by 5 equals 16 pages. Don't forget the unit so we know what you're talking about.